No double experience weekend. How much experience is that? 3,972, so almost the cap. Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today I have for you Ghoul Experience Grinding Build. You need it? We'll jump in. If you are human, you are looking for a human experience farming build, I already did this one, so you can check it here. I will try to link it on the screen. If you are looking for an overall experience farming guide, how to stack those experience buffs, the guide is here. And I will pin it as well in a comment, in case the links on the screen will not work. So check the pinned comment if you need those guides. And now, Ghoul experience farming build. In the moment I'm recording it, it's just before double experience weekend, so I don't yet have a double experience weekend running, but it will start soon. That's the special distribution before the legendary perks. I'm slightly short to max out intelligence, and I did a lot to try and push it as high as possible. Ghoul build is definitely way harder than a human one. I do have additional charisma special equipped, which I am normally not running. My standard special of endurance, agility, luck, intelligence, taking one for the team for the damage. The focus was that this build can indeed go into the raid and run the raid. As the raid is the best way of getting experience, but as it can do the raid, it works everywhere else too. So what's important? We are relying on the Bullet Storm, as that's the highest damage increase. We are going for the strongest weapon, which is Gauss minigun. The minimum investment under strength as much as I could. Only the essentials. Then under perception, again, essentials only. Tormentor, Tank Killer, Concentrated Fire for damage, nothing else. And Night Person for extra intelligence at night. Endurance, essential tankiness perks only, Life Giver, Ironclad, Fireproof, and then all night long to boost effects of regular alcohols like a beer to boost our charisma. It's really hard to boost charisma on the Ghoul, so we need that. Under charisma itself, we do have Party Boy to use regular beer to give us free charisma and not just one. Inspirational. That's why we need so much charisma. Without charisma, this card does nothing. And Ghoul, as a standard, is running with 1 charisma. That's not acceptable, as we need to push this card to give us at least 20% multiplicative bonus to experience. We need that. Magnetic Personality is boosting our charisma based on teammates, strengthening numbers for mutations, Tenderizer for extra damage, and United Ordeal. I know, it's hard to find a Ghoul teammate. But that's the strongest card if we can find one for experience farming, as that's boosting our special across the board. Then intelligence. We have everything here, as the point is to push intelligence as high as possible, so a lot of room. First aid, power user, demo expert, science, patches included, curator, good with salt, and scrapper. Scrapper is a filler, as you can guess, as we do have so much intelligence, and we need it. Agility, only essential for damage for the onslaught system. So our damage is very high, even though the focus is on experience. Then luck, better criticals, ricochet, fall leaf clover, class freak, critical savvy, junk shield, faulty spots, because we are a ghoul, so that's huge damage increase, and one gun army. So some crippling damage is there, especially important on stage 1 of the raid. All of that, and then, equally important, mutations. Mutations and what we eat. So here are the mutations. The most important one for your damage is Egghead. So that a must-have. And in the same time, Marsupial is the one that gives side effect of negative intelligence. So you need to suppress this negative if you want to min-max. With already class freak equipped, it's only -1 intelligence, but you can use serums every hour to suppress it if you really want to min-max. About the gear. So the weapon, our powerhouse, is this Gauss minigun. I run it with limb damage. It's not the best. Faster fire rate would be the best, but I'm not swapping on this one. I do plan to test a little bit later if, thanks to this limb damage in here, I could take out from my intelligence, and that's an option. If I could take out one gun army and move 3 extra points to intelligence, which will disappear from here, will be added here. It will not change amount of perk cards, but it will still work for experience bonus. So that's what I'm considering. Already I tested the weapon, and with limb damage on 2nd star, it has sufficient damage in the raid. So faster fire rate is not essential. Limb damage is an option, just so you know. I'm running it with conductors, so I'm not frequently consuming a lot of coffee. I still need some coffee for extended VATS usage, like, for example, the snake fight, but not as many, like 4 to 5 coffee, and I can sustain this gun, which is relatively cheap. And high DPS still, as time is of the essence. Faster I finish the raid, faster I'm getting experience. So that's combat performance is part of it. It's needed. Now, armor. Equally important. So you can notice prefixes are mixed, as I do plan with the next patch to put a full set lucid. So now I do not care what prefix is. I keep whatever. But important is intelligence on 2nd star, through hiker on 3rd star, and if you can, limit breaking on 4th star. You can go without a 4th star. 4th star is not essential. I do have Vulcan. If you don't have a Vulcan, obviously you will not use it. Just one thing, without the Vulcan, you don't have this fusion core duration extension. Therefore, you are burning your fusion cores faster. That's the only difference, really. The damage will not be affected if you have different power armor, and limit breaking helps a little bit. Yeah, it does help a little bit. Not a huge thing. You can go without it and it will still work. For the helmet, there is a database for extra 2 intelligence. All pieces, quick look. The important part, medic torso. So medic pump is helping if I forget to use a stimpack. I do not care about managing the glow inside the raid. Now, how we consume stuff and use boosters. So Leo, you can give him a Nuka-Cola Cranberry once a day for 5% experience buff. Then Sentomatic gives charisma buff. Mechanical Derby Game gives intelligence buff. And then we do have a sleep buff to use before leaving the camp. Sleep buff, that's 5% experience. This buff is lost on death, so it's very important to avoid dying. So Kindred Spirit, that's what we are getting if you have ally in your camp. Instead of Well Rested, it says Kindred Spirit, the same buff. Then Sacred Movement Tome for another 5% experience buff. And we do have another 5% experience. Now we can jump into the power armor again. There is no actual benefit of running regular armor over power armor if you are a ghoul already. You cannot reuse unyielding, so that's the limitation and negative charisma. Now, very important. Food, drink, and aid. Lock items you'll be using every 30 minutes. And sword based on lock. That's such a game changer. So now I can just pop everything that I do plan to use as I'm farming. I don't need to think about it, so look how much faster it goes if I just pop everything. The same about aid, so if I need a leader, I already pop one. Live and love, and then lunchboxes should be still running. Marsupial to suppress the negative effects. If you want Scout's Banner, so that's nicely sorted. We'll go to Super Mutants now, so you will see how much experience I will get if I can find a team that has people on it. Visiting good old Westek, because that's the best quick showcase place. And then I have on the quick wheel 3 buffs that I'm using frequently, like every 10 minutes, 6 minutes. I think 6 minutes on the beer. So Berry Mentats for extra intelligence. Then Pickaxe Pilsner for extra charisma. And last one I have Nuka-Cola Quantum Candy for extra charisma again. And with everything, Okay, quick look on my stat page. My special, I'm on the fresh team, so intelligence will go up by 3 points to 56. 23 charisma, and then all the effects, including effect of inspirational, I'm able to hit 23%. So it looks like I do have a ghoul on my team. Now, how much those super mutants will give me? Keep in mind, no double experience weekend yet for me. When you are watching it, probably already for you. So that's level 100 super mutant. 3,000, almost 3,500. For some reason, it is slightly more if super mutant is level 75. There is none of level 75 here. You can see the damage. No problem with that. I level up again for no reason. I don't need experience now. I will need experience when the next season will start. So unfortunately, no super mutants level 75. They will give me a little bit more. Let's see if I can find them. Let's check National Isolated Radio Array. Oh, I found one. Level 75 super mutant. No double experience weekend. How much experience is that? 3,972, so almost the cap on level 75 super mutant. And this is the build for ghouls to farm experience. Let me know what you think. And good grind, everyone. Thank you for watching. Turtle out. See you in the next one.